Should you start your own fund or do your investments in capital raising deal by deal? So a lot of people see, the crowdfunding sites, and they see like a Grant Cardone and how he raises capital, and they think that they want to go start a fund. And the problem with a fund is you have to be experienced, sophisticated. You got to have really good deal flow and be able to deploy that capital. It's expensive to do a filing. It's a Regulation A filing or crowdfunding filing, a little bit more expensive than your standard syndication. With a Regulation A, it requires all kinds of financial disclosure, things like that. So, auditing financial statements, disclosure, things like that. So you've got to be experienced. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have really good deal flow and be able to deploy that capital. The other problem with starting a fund, whether you want to buy real estate or buy businesses or invest in other opportunities, is it puts pressure on you. The clock is ticking, right? So as soon as you take that money and you start receiving the funds, you've got to deploy it, and that clock is ticking. So it can create unnecessary pressure, and it can put pressure on people to do deals that they otherwise wouldn't do, just to deploy that capital. So you want to make sure that you've got good deal flow, good volume, and that you can put that capital to use right away. If you're going to start a fund, you want to make sure you've got experience, you know what you're doing, or you have other operators that you can invest with that are in need of capital. So if you're going to do a fund, my recommendation would be a fund of funds where you pool investors to invest in other syndications, other investment opportunities, unless you've got an outfit in a deal volume that you can take advantage of it. But think careful, look at it closely, talk to your attorney and your accountant about it. It's not as simple as it sounds to just set up a crowdfunding site or to open a fund and think that you have unlimited capital. You're better off initially going deal by deal, unless you know other people and have relationships that you can create a fund of funds and invest in other deals. So just be careful, be smart, and do your research.